Oh, hi everyone. My name's Kenneth Garrett, but you can call me Doug. All my friends do. So today I'd like to tell you a little bit about myself, where I'm from and where I'm going and what I'm doing at Regent University, that sort of thing. I'm from a small town in southwest Ohio called Waynesville. Waynesville has a long and rich history. It was founded by the Quakers in 1797, and during the Civil War, it was part of the Underground Railroad. In fact, many of the homes there still have underground tunnels and hidden rooms today. Waynesville is also the antique capital of the Midwest, and every year it plays host to the Sauerkraut Festival. Gross. Anyway, this is my first semester here at Regent University, where I'm studying for my bachelor's degree in theological and biblical studies with a concentration in theological and historical studies. Say that 3 times fast. But even though this is my first semester, I'm actually a junior. As it turns out, I had a crazy number of credits left over from college in the 90s, my time in the Army, and even some online courses I took. With that out of the way, I'd like to tell you all a story. The year was 1992, and it was a time before flannels were almost hunted to extinction and grunge bands roamed the earth. I was off to Otterbein College in Westerville, Ohio, for my first adult solo adventure. Unfortunately, I was far too young and far too foolish, and by the end of my sophomore year, I was forced to drop out. So with a heavy heart and the sting of failure still fresh, I returned to my parents' house in Waynesville. At this time, I felt really lost and without direction. I was almost ready to give up and accept my fate for a 9-to-5 job that I didn't really like. Then one day the phone rang and a gentleman named Sergeant Foster said he had a plan for me. And it turns out it was a pretty good plan. I had the honor of serving this country for almost 2 decades in the United States Army. During my time in the Army, I got to go to some great places: Hawaii, Colorado, California, and some not so great places like Afghanistan and Panama. I had a lot of great adventures in the Army, and I learned a lot about myself and the world. I jumped out of airplanes and helicopters, hiked the Grand Canyon, and even swam with a giant sea turtle. There's a real sense of family and camaraderie that comes with the military that isn't matched anywhere else in the world. And even though I'm retired now, anytime I run into another veteran, it's like I'm running into an old friend or a family member that I haven't seen in a while. So now I'm retired, and I live with my wife Helena, who's also a retired vet, and her 2 daughters, 12 and 10, in the small northern town of Caribou, Maine. I also have a daughter who's 19 and attending college in San Francisco, and a son who's 11. So at 43 and retired, the question I had to ask myself was, why bother going back to school now? I had a lot of great educational benefits from the military, but I just couldn't justify going back to school for a career-oriented major like psychology or business. Not that there's anything wrong with those, I just didn't plan on starting a new career at this stage in my life. But that's where Regent University came in. You see, I grew up in the church, but as an adult, I spent many years outside the will of God. When I finally surrendered all and gave my heart and my life to Christ, I felt a pulling to do a mission for Him. Now, I don't know what that mission might be. It could just be like playing the guitar and singing in church like I do now. Or it could be spreading the gospel, perhaps missionary work, or even becoming a pastor. And I feel like everyone has a calling and a mission for God. And we just have to be willing to pick up our cross and to follow Him. I feel like Regent University and my studying theological and biblical studies will prepare me to complete that mission for Him. So that about wraps it up. I want to take this time to say thank you to Professor Beck and all my fellow students for watching my video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. I also want to take this time to say God bless you all and best of luck with time here at Regent University. I couldn't manage the problems I laid on myself, and it's just made it worse. in a childlike faith, I gave in and gave him a try, and I came to believe power much higher than I. God bless you all.